Alright, so, number 1, quarantine sucks, as we all know. Number 2, we are saving lives by staying in there, so keep a positive attitude. And number 3, I got a way to keep you busy for a little bit. So, in this video, I made an aesthetic mood board, as I like to call it. It just has pictures of things that I really like, pictures of things that I just thought were pretty, and I just smushed them all together, and I made it. And I'm really happy with it, but I wanted to make a video just being like, hey, this is something you could do. And you don't have to do it like mine at all. You can do it totally differently, and you can use a bunch of stuff from your house. You can use fabric, you can use paper, wrappers, newspapers, printed out paper, beads, whatever you want. You can just put it on there, and I think it looks really cool when it's all put together. So let's get to it. So I just started off with a normal blank sheet, and I also printed out a couple images that I found really cute, and I just cut them out. I wanted to. And I also thought it would be a really cool idea to take some paper and rip it up and have like little notes on it, and it being like cutesy, like. And I just scribbled out my German homework there because it's gross. And then I just did it again where I wrote a piece of thing, just a little thing, and ripped it out of there and crumpled it and then uncrumpled it to make it look like someone like had folded it multiple times. I did do stenciling, but I figured out that I didn't actually use a lot of them. I just used some of those blue hearts, but I did draw this like little cherry mouth thing that I found was really kind of cool and interesting, and I do like it how I color it in when it's on fast motion. I know it's little things in life, but that's what you gotta look forward to. And so I just used regular paper and colored it in. And I thought it actually turned out really nice. I just left some white around it and I cut it out. And I thought that it looked really neat. But I just felt like it added more of who I was to the creation, and I thought it was really pretty. And then I took some newspaper and I started to cut it, but then I realized that it would be much aesthetic looking if I just ripped it up. And so I was ripping the edges off, and I kind of went too far. As you can see, I kind of cut that by accident, and this will just be like the outlay of the back of it. And I also took a little piece of this paper, and I will just glue it on the pink sheet to have like a back layer of all my images. And then I did take some of my images and custom I wanted to make them. So I did the bubbles and I put them in a little circle, and I thought that was just really cutesy and aesthetic looking. And then you won't see it in this clip because I didn't film myself when I did it, but I did take my New York picture, the one with the city in it, that's New York, and I put New York, and I also did a star in it. So now we're back to our pink sheet of paper, and I gathered most of my materials. I'm just gluing down my newspaper, which, dumb me, I should have used Mod Podge, but I didn't for this half of a lot. But I did leave some space out of the paper, and I just went back and cut it later. Well, I guess now. I forgot. But yeah, I'm just cutting that, and that's also the background. And then I took this piece of paper and did the same thing where I glued it down, and I put glue over it too, just to have it better stick. Oh, well, I guess I didn't do it that time. I should have. My bad. But I guess I cut that out. Yeah. See, I did do it. I put glue over it, and I kind of just made this whole paper really sticky just because everything could stick really well. And again, I used a glue stick, and I really should have used Mod Podge, but we learned that was also not a very good idea in a second. And I did leave it crumply, and I thought that was kind of cute, kind of cutesy looking. Yeah, so this is just the background of it. And then I also found other scrapbook images that I just found were cute. Like that was a little piece of paper for our concerts that when we came in for like my 8th grade thing, and I'm in 10th grade and I still haven't gotten rid of it because I thought it was cute. So I just glued down a gum wrapper. Again, this is going to be in the background, and I thought I really like gum, so why not put it on there? And then see, as I said, my New York picture, I just put New York on there, and I'll add a star in a second here because I think it's really cute. And then I just used some fun colored tape to put it on the corners, just to make it look like it's kind of glued in there. Not glued, taped in there. I also found this thing from a Valentine's box that I had a long time ago, and I just went through it, and I thought that it was just really cute. And I don't even know how to play guitar, but it says here Wizard at Guitar, and I just thought it was really cute. And I've kept it for a really long time. And then I keep gluing over it, which is a good idea, because you might not know when you're going to glue over it. And I also took this little thing that I made for a German project. I made it in the style of Tim Burton, because why not? And I just took this coupon because I like being cheap and saving money. And then this just reminds me of traveling. When I traveled, I thought it was really cute, and I always just kept it from the little place we got it from. And then I realized the back was still a little, I didn't really like how much was showing through, so I did glue some more paper on it. It looks kind of dumb right now, but it'll get better. Yeah, I continue to do that with other pieces of scrapbook paper that I just found lying around my house. Continue gluing it on. And then I have this picture from when we traveled again. I'm a big traveler. I love it so much, and so I just kind of cut it up a little bit, and I was standing next to a palm tree, and palm trees are my absolute favorite. So then I just put it on there. And here's where I get smart and use Mod Podge. I am angry though that I covered the camera a lot right there. But I'm just putting Mod Podge over my things, which I should have shook my Mod Podge up because I made it myself using glue and water, and that was just not a good idea to not shake it up. And so it got really watery and wet, and so my paper started bleeding through, which is not okay, but it does look alright in the end. And that was just a picture that I cut out to make it look like a record. Much cooler in my mind, kind of looked dumb on the paper, but I cover it up with a lot of stuff, so it doesn't show through that much, luckily. And then I continued just to place things where I wanted to and do it. That picture was from one of my favorite movies that I really liked, and I just added a star because it looked cute. And then I put a little heart because I love that movie, and it's a good movie. Again, I love to put tape over the objects to make it look like it's taped on. I did find that picture of NF, which he's my favorite artist, rapper, you know. I just think he's such a cool guy. And the bubbles I just thought were acidic and really pretty, so that's why I put them on there. The next thing is a thing from, what is it? Corpse Bride, and it's the vows, and I really like those vows, and I want them to be said at my wedding, so I decided to put them on there because I think that it means something to me. And then it took me a while to find stuff on my desk because I had everything together. I also just put a ton of stickers on there. And then this one was I just really like the roses. I love roses and the skeleton, just all the grungy kind of stuff. I just like the way it looks. So I decided to include that. I was trying to fit that rose picture underneath the New York picture, but luckily, yes and no, it would not lift up, so good that it stayed, but I was kind of upset, but I think it looks cool where it is right now. And my Mod Podge is really watery, and as you can see, I lost a clip where I put on some more stickers and just a few of those last papers and that, on those papers that I made earlier, but yeah, I just think it's really pretty. And I really enjoyed it. And then I just started to put more tape and more, stickers on there, because I love stickers. And that was a stencil I cut, not a stencil, but I stenciled it and cut it out. And then I found some Star Wars stickers, and I'm totally upset at myself that I didn't have something more, but I love Star Wars. It's like my absolute favorite. So yeah, this is my aesthetic